Hi, I'm in the hills near Almeria in the south of Spain, and this is the launch of Suzuki's V Strom 1000. Suzuki have missed out on the boom in large capacity adventure bikes in the last few years, and if the V Strom's beaky styling and 19-inch front wheels suggest it's a belated rival for BMW's R1200 GS and the rest, that's not quite the case. According to Suzuki, it's an adventure-styled street bike, created to fill the gap between those big adventure bikes and middleweights, including the firm's own V Strom 650. Like the old V Strom 1000, it's powered by a liquid-cooled 8-valve V-twin, now with capacity of 1037cc, thanks to 2mm bigger bore than the old 996cc engine. The redesign is pretty comprehensive, taking in new cylinder heads, connecting rods, crankshaft, clutch and gearbox. Maximum power goes up by just 2 horsepower to 99 bhp at 8000 rpm, but there's a big jump in low rev torque, with the unchanged maximum being delivered much earlier at 4000 rpm. The V-Strom's good to ride, provided you don't expect too many thrills. The seat's quite tall at 850mm, but it's narrow at the front, which helps low speed manoeuvring. So does a flexible motor, which has good throttle response and pulls well almost from idle. It's really strong at around that 4000 rpm torque peak, and smooth all the way to the 9250 rpm redline. There's enough power for easy 80 mph cruising, and for a top speed of over 120 mph. That's probably fast enough for most likely owners, although the V-twin's slightly flat feel at higher revs is a bit disappointing. The screen can be adjusted for angle by hand using a clever ratchet system, and it's also 3-way adjustable for height, although you need the toolkit for that. I'm very tall and found the standard screen too low even on its highest setting, but the turbulence wasn't too bad. As before, the chassis is based on a twin spar aluminium frame. This one is stiffer, 13% lighter, and the aluminium swing arm gives a longer wheelbase. The V-Strom gets upside down forks for the first time, and they're multi-adjustable. The V-Strom weighs 228 kilograms, so just over 500 pounds, a bit less than the old model. It handled well enough to be fun, especially after the slightly soft rear shock had been firmed up with a few turns of the remote preload adjuster, which made the steering notably more responsive. The V-Strom gets Suzuki's first traction control system, which has 2 settings but isn't intended for off-road use. It's a relatively simple system that was easily activated by cracking the throttle on slippery town streets, but didn't intrude in normal riding. There's plenty of braking power thanks to new 4-piston Tokiko monoblock front calipers, backed up by a usable rear disc and an efficient ABS system that is standard fitment. As with the traction control, there's no off-road setting. Presumably that's partly why Suzuki insists the V-Strom is a street bike. The relatively soft suspension gave a comfortable ride on mostly smooth Spanish roads, helped by the wide and well padded seat. Handlebars and footrests are moved slightly rearwards and give a roomy riding position. It's a shame the seat can't be adjusted for height, as many can in this class, but at least you can order a higher or lower accessory seat. The exhaust system looks a bit unfinished, but most detailing is good, from the neat digital instrument panel and electrical socket up front to the rear carrier and grab handles. If you need to carry more luggage, the accessory list includes nylon panniers and top box, as well as crash bars, fog lamps and a centre stand. The tank is 2 litres smaller at 20 litres, but Suzuki say the revamped injection system boosts economy by 16%, so range should be unchanged at 160 miles or more. The V-Strom is not massively exciting. Its lack of off-road ability is surely a missed opportunity, and it's really been launched several years too late. But it's respectably quick and versatile, has a pleasant V-twin character, and its price is reasonable. All in all, the V-Strom's good enough to suggest that, after a very quiet few years, Suzuki might just be on the way back.